fossils form when a living thing dies, and it gets covered by sediment, like mud, clay, sand, or soil. Slowly the soft parts decompose or break down.
So what does sediment mean in the video? Can somebody raise their hand, please? Eva.
Sediment means like that an animal starts dying.
Not exactly. Does anybody know? Marco?
It means that when it's under the ground too long.
Well, it can, but just basically what sediment means is like you see the layers. It's just basically clay or mud. So that's what a fossil forms by. So it uses clay or mud or in the dirt, and then it forms into a rock. So that's what sediment means.
Decompose or break down, and the hard parts like shells, teeth, claws, or bones are left behind. More layers of sediment pile on, and they become heavy. They press down with a lot of force, creating pressure. This helps turn the lower layers into rock. Water can seep into the area and bring in minerals. Over thousands and thousands of years, minerals replace the hard parts to form fossils in the same shape. Over time, the covering layers of rock slowly wear and wash away. Later, the fossils can be found. The environment has to be just right for fossils to form. Sometimes a living thing dies and gets buried under layers of sediment. It decomposes or rots away, but its outline stays behind. Over a long time, the sediment turns to rock, but you can still see an imprint of what used to be there. Fossils are very rare because when most things die, they break down or get eaten before they can turn into fossils. Fossils are made of rock, but I know people have found actual bodies of animals that lived thousands of years ago. What other discoveries help us learn about Earth's past?
Okay, so we're gonna stop right there. And we're gonna go
What is that?
It's another animal that we can learn about the past.
Is it the elephant? No.
So now we're gonna go over some vocabulary before we move on to our next activity. Okay. So, as mentioned before, one way that archaeologists can study research from the past is through fossils. So, a paleontologist is actually a certain type of scientist that studies fossils to learn about the Earth's past. But an archaeologist, you see that?
Yes.
Okay. So an archaeologist is someone who examines ancient sites and objects to learn about the past. It's basically a person who goes to different places around the world or here in the United States, and they learn about our past through bones, paintings, drawings, or pottery, which is like back in the days of Native Americans or different ancient humans left behind things they cooked with. An archaeologist is a person who's able to look and study through this and then give us back information, and that's how we learn our history from the past. So, Daniela, can you say this word for me? Archaeologist. Edgar, can you say this word? Archaeologist. Can the boys say this word for me, please?
Archaeologist.
The girls?
Archaeologist.
Whole class?
Archaeologist.
Exactly. It's a really fancy word, but all it means is a person who examines different artifacts from the past. Next word. Now we have artifact. So that a fossil is considered an artifact, or these objects in this picture are considered an artifact. So basically an artifact is an object made by a human being that reveals information about culture of that time period and history. So again, it's just an object that gives us more information about the past. So there's different, what do you guys see in this picture?
Pots.
Yes, exactly. You guys see
Pots,
pots,
teeth, feet.
So this is basically just an object that archaeologists study to learn about our past. So Allison, can you say this word for me? Artifact. Mm-hmm. Paulson, can you say that word for me, please? Artifact. Girls?
Artifact.
Boys?
Artifact.
Awesome. So can somebody tell me what an artifact is again?
And
Raise your hand, please. Mariana? Yeah, it's an object basically that we use that reveals information about history in the past. So examples of those again are like you guys see in this picture are pots, or there's teeth, bones, and this just gives us information about a certain culture or time period in history. Fossil. I think you guys are familiar with this, right? You guys learned from your story. Dinosaurs leave fossils behind for us, for scientists to study. So basically a fossil is something left from a plant or animal that lived a long time ago that turned into a rock, which is basically in our video how we learned sediments, which is clay or mud. So Manuel, can you say this word for me, please?
Fossil.
Fossil, thank you. Katie?
Fossil.
Whole class?
Fossil.
Someone tell me what fossil is again? Jennifer? Yeah, exactly. Thank you. So last word. It's ancient. Can the whole class say this for me, please?
Ancient.
Thank you. So basically ancient means belonging to a very distant past or is no longer in existence. So like in this picture, it's in like an area where this building was built a long time ago. So it basically means old. It's something that can be old.
What is that?
Just a building.
What? It looks like the White House.
Or hey, can you tell me what ancient means?
It looks like it's destroyed.
It is destroyed because it's very old. Or hey, you know what ancient means?
The White House is very old.
Yeah, it's very old, exactly. Okay.
Some days it can get old.
Now,
He's a
so I have an article that I'm going to go over with you guys. You guys see this picture? Can you guys see it?
I see a rhino.
Yes. there is.
I see a tree. It's named Rhino. It was made from 1990. Not 2000.
Okay. As you guys are seeing, can somebody please raise their hand and tell me what you guys see in this picture? Marco.
Made from animals that have died during the past.
Exactly. There is certain animals. Because anybody tell me if you guys see a particular animal in this painting?
There's a rhino.
Exactly, a rhinoceros. You guys see
On
anything
the
else?
middle. A piggy.
You guys see a piggy?
No.
Shayla, thank you for raising your hand.
You're wrong. My mother.
Like a baby rhino.
Okay. Shayla's talking. See a rhino too? Right here. The rhinoceros. Did you see that? Yeah, exactly. Okay, so this painting is a painting from a cave a long time ago, and this cave is located in France, which is in Europe. So in France. It's located in Europe. It's nowhere here in the United States.
It looks like it looks big.
So basically, an archaeologist, remember how we just learned, is somebody who examines paintings or pottery from the past. So two scientists came to this cave and examined this, and they revealed information about it. So I'm going to read you guys a little bit about the article, and then I'm going to ask you guys questions, so you guys make sure you guys are paying attention, okay? You guys got it? Okay. So when I'm reading, I should hear nobody talking. Thank you. Okay. So in 1994, 3 people found a cave in France, like I just mentioned. In 1994, that was like 22 years ago, long time ago. I was born that year, but yeah. So the walls were covered with beautiful paintings of animals, like you guys see in this picture. Ancient humans painted the pictures. They painted horses, lions, and rhinoceros. So what did the humans paint?
Horses.
Horses.
Lions.
And lions, exactly.
Rhinoceros.
Okay. So no human has been in this cave for 27,000 years. It's a long time ago. So the paintings are thousands of years old. They are some of the oldest artworks on the planet. So this right here is one of the oldest paintings we have in this earth right now. So now scientists know exactly how they are. They tested the paintings and animal bones. The scientists found out how old they were. The scientists wanted to know and understand more about who used the cave and when. So how did the scientists know how old the ancient humans were? What did they do?
They felt the bones and tested the pictures.
Yeah, exactly. They tested the painting and the animal bones because, again, archaeologists do this to find information about the past. This is one way they did it, by using this painting. So they want to know now who used the cave. So they found out more about the cave. They said at least 2 groups of humans used it. These groups lived there thousands of years apart. So the first group came from 37,000 to 33,500 years ago. So basically, a long time ago. These 2 groups of ancient humans came apart a long time ago. So they made drawings of large animals. So the early humans went there mostly to create art. So why did they come to this cave?
To create art.
To create art. So that was their one way of expression, by creating art by painting on caves. That was also a way they can communicate. And archaeologists use these paintings to figure out how they live as well. So the 2 groups had no connection with each other, the scientist said. So what do you guys think that means? 2 groups had no connection. Somebody raise their hand. Marco?
That 2 people they couldn't talk with each other. They couldn't speak to each other.
Yeah, exactly. They had nothing to do with each other. So these two groups of humans that came to this cave had nothing to do with each other, but they both traveled during their time to this cave to paint the large animals. So scientists, one thing that's really cool is that even though we have artifacts like this, like fossils or paintings, scientists to this day still go back to try to find more information. So it doesn't take one time just to look at this painting and they be able to figure out what happened in the past. Thank you. Okay, so scientists are also still seeking answers. So bears also left marks on the cave walls. And at some point, rocks fell. They covered the entrance of the cave, so humans could not get in. They stopped using the cave. So what are some reasons why the humans stopped using the cave? Allison, thank you for raising your hand. To fall down. And what else? What type of animals did they see? The claws on the wall. Bears, exactly. Thank you, Jerry. So yes, so this is just another ancient painting that archaeologists used, and they were able to find out more information in France. So now we are going to transition into our next activity, but you guys need to show me that you guys are ready, okay? Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to pretend that an archaeologist is going to come around this area in 50 years. And what I want you guys to do is think of an artifact that you guys would leave behind, that an archaeologist would dig up and find and reveal about you. Jennifer? Thank you. Jessica, sorry. Anyways, yes. So you guys are going to think of an artifact that you guys would leave behind, that an archaeologist would come and build up and it would reveal something about you. So what do you guys think you guys can leave behind that would reveal something about you? Yeah, it could be your favorite food. You can leave it behind. It could turn into a fossil. Or also, you guys can do a painting that would reveal something about your life. So for instance, say if you guys really, really love basketball. Say you guys would leave a basketball behind and it would turn into a fossil and an archaeologist would look it up to be like, oh, Jorge likes basketball. Or, I'm going to show you guys an example right now of something that I did. And you guys, we're going to have our paper helpers pass out paper, and then I'm going to go through the directions step by step. But you guys sit still, okay? Okay. So this is my example,
I can't see
my
it.
fabulous drawing.
Uh,
Okay, so